I'm so excited this morning regarding the message that I'm about to bring. Um, I remember teaching this probably 5 years ago, and I thought I had it nailed. But by again, the grace and the mercy of the Most High Yah, He forever revealing unto me the things that are hidden in plain sight. Where is it hidden? In the dark. But the light is here to bring it out of darkness. Spirit and truth. Spirit and truth is to come out of darkness in such a time as this. And it's not for everybody. I want to make that statement over and over and over. What I'm about to say is not for everybody. So the same door you come in, can you find your way to back out? Because this message is only spirit and truth with the light in my right hand. That means that this message is not for individuals who do not have the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, living in you, and your spirit in His spirit. This is who this message is for. And it's for them to put this message also in their spiritual backpack, because this message is just going to show you how truth would always overpower the lies. Even if it has to come in the time as this, in the day as this, worse than any other time period that ever exists on the face of the earth. Even if light has to pull up in darkness and reveal truth, it's going to do it. This is the will of the Father, as it was also the will of the Father that darkness covered all His truth. And you all had a wang dang doodle time, walking, talking, preaching, teaching, ministering darkness, and not giving it the light of spirit and truth. Y'all knew about it all the time. But one thing I can say to you, He saved the best for last. And the best is what makes Him the end. See, a lot of y'all thought the end was a word that you could just say, oh, He's the beginning and the end. He's the Alpha and Omega. Omega. No, He's more than that. Okay? He's more than that. It's that power He's waited to the very end to pull up with. And right this very day, He's using it. That power is bringing light out of the midst of darkness, when a lot of y'all are stuck in darkness still yet, and have not even seen a pin needle of light. But yet, you think you got everything wrapped and sealed. Many of you all is waving your ticket to the kingdom. Many of you all is waving your ticket to the promised land, and have no idea that is not how the kingdom orchestrated things on the earth. That your mindset may load up with, you are so in tune to where you fully have your ticket. Do y'all know most people think that? Even people who don't even believe in a God, they themselves believe in something. And they, even though they make it nothing, it is still their God. They believe in it. So when you think atheists don't have they don't believe in a God, they just don't believe in a God that other religions believe in, but they believe in something. Even if it's themselves, you can be worshiping yourself like a God, idling. So this message is a very power puncher. And again, those who come into this page, please back up the same way you came in and go out. Because this message is only spirit. This message carries the power of spirit and truth and the light. Okay? This message is carrying the power of darkness that existed thousands of years that you never, ever, ever heard. And you know what? The more I say that, I said that in the last 2 or 3 days, that I have taught things that people had never heard of. And in spite of them never hearing of it, it still didn't fit into their spirit because it wasn't for them. Many people just think that the platform is here for them to play. And it is. Play in their darkness while light is being revealed. They cannot even see a pin needle of light because they continue to play in darkness. They think darkness is the best way to live, to talk, to think, to feel, to comprehend. So they rest in darkness while light is being revealed. So again, I say unto you, this message is not for you. The same door you came in, please find your way out. For this message is strictly spirit and truth. And it's with the light in my right hand. And I want to come from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. People think that this platform is for you to pay attention to them. They think platforms are for you to recognize them. You see the ignorance of their spirit and their fleshly mindset. They think the platform is for you to recognize them. They have no idea, they have no business on this platform. So they need to go where they can be recognized, because this is not the platform that recognizes you, because you don't mean nothing to me. If you are not in spirit and truth, with the light in your right hand, meaning the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, is not living in you and you in him, it's time to kick rocks. Go somewhere where someone can play in your playground with you. This is strictly spirit and truth. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, we're coming from chapter 13 and verse 13. And it reads, and now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity. Charity, 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 charity. I want you to understand that this word charity, I think I'm pronouncing it right, charity, is a word that has been slung in the United States for a mighty long time. And the name has been hijacked. Totally hijacked. It has been made to believe to be one thing. Finding out that in the original Torah, not so much as the Torah as you all knew it, the way they have taught you and wrote up Torah, but the Torah as far as the scrolls that holds all things. This word charity is a word that I am fully aware of because I worked with the Roman Catholics for many years. I was a chef for the fathers. I was the chef also for the sisters. Okay, so I have worked even in their drug rehab and also in their Catholic schools. Sister Deborah have been around the Catholics. That's why I can say a lot about them. One thing I can truly say to you, they have adopted the word charity. Why? It's because they hijacked it. They did a lot of lying and crookedness to be able to take that word and apply it as their logo. It's called Catholic Charity. An organization in this whole world is called Catholic Charity. They took that word charity and made it their logo on the four corners. All over the world, Roman Catholics has their title Catholic Charity, because they wanted the world to think that they were about giving, the poor, helping the needy, participating in helping others all over the world. Just imagine. They have took on the name Catholic Charity. You can also see it in the United Way. Their logo is Catholic Charity. It's a very powerful organization. They hijacked that word Catholic, not Catholic Charity, and they use it for years to say that they are the one that help the poor and the needy. At the same time, many of you all have no idea, they did more hurting than helping anybody on the face of the earth. And this is what people don't know, the difference between helping and hurting. In this country alone, they have no idea the difference between helping and hurting. They make helping to be hurting, and hurting to be helping. That's why no matter what, this country come to the conclusion of anything that fall under any category of righteous, they have already converted everything about it to be the opposite. Let's take, for instance, good. This country have created good to be evil and took evil and made it good. And now the people in this country, like you, take on evil, and in you think you doing something good. Likewise, bitter and sweet. They took bitter and made it sweet, and made sweet bitter. And the people in this country have settled for sweet being bitter and bitter being sweet. They have took darkness and made it light, and took light and made it darkness. And you in this country have settled for darkness to be the best and light to be the worst. Like unto charity. The Roman Catholic took this word charity to be a form of who they are, who they call themselves for hundreds of years, all around the world. Like I said, I work with them. I know. One of their main organization is called Catholic Charity. But if you've been following the words and not living with the word, then therefore you are also the trapped ones who trap the lies and serve darkness, serve evil, serve bitter. Now, what they did is they took the word charity, and made it something that it is not. I explained to those who are on my page with YouTube over and over and over, and to the point where I'm feeling it. It's over. it's really that over to where you can back up and back out. Yah has branded his. He has branded his spiritual seeds either or with more than one: righteous, belief, faith, fear, hope. He branded your spirit with those 5 categories. Okay? Righteous, belief, faith, fear, and hope. Now we can have more than one, but even if we have one of those brands, we subject to make it back home. Okay? Here, charity has been placed in your words to mean something that it mean not. It has been set up in your study guide that you call the Bible, 1611. The Bible, King James Version. Here it tells you in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 13. Now, abide. Now, see, abide means a form of dwelling. Live in this, Deborah. The word faith, there go one of those brands. The word hope, there go one of those brands, Deborah. But what got me, I see the word charity. They hijacked something so powerful. So powerful, y'all. They placed charity in there, and it means it connects with providing aid to the needy and the poor, helping others in the time of need. That word should never, ever have touched anything that Yah has created to represent him. How did the Roman Catholic get victory and that level of power to manipulate you with the lies all this time? And you think you walking in truth. You think you are the light. You see? They use, thank you, Father, yeah. Woo, that's a deep one, though, Father. That's a deep one. They use charity to cover up what should have been there. Who can say that? I can. Not only am I a living witness, I'm a spiritual witness as well. Roman Catholic charity. It's called Catholic charity. When you look up United Way, you'll see Catholic charity. It's a big name on the 4 corners of the world, meaning all over the world, you know the Roman Catholics as Catholic charity. It's going back to what Sister Deborah have taught so many years about how they have added. But I noticed the biggest things that they have added is the main things that we should have been aware of, especially if we have him greater in us than he that is in the world. How is it that we walk around portraying we have him greater in us? We have the Holy Spirit, we have the Ruach HaKodesh, but we don't know nothing. How can that be? How could it be that one knows nothing about spirit and truth and the light, but we claim to have such great gift of the Holy Spirit, the spirit of the Ruach, the Most High Yah in us, but we stuck on totally stupid. We're ignorant in the world, and the world is ignorant in us. But yet, We're claiming to be holier than thou. We're on all these platforms teaching and preaching, giving visions and dreams. We're in all these places of worship, teaching and preaching, saying I'm an apostle, I'm a bishop, I'm a priest, I'm a pope, I'm a evangelist, I'm a prophet, I'm a prophetess, I'm a Maureen, I'm a seer, I'm a watchman, I'm a pastor, I'm a seer. You all this, but you also more than anything ignorant to the highest degree. They have snuck so many power punch words into this book that it is off the chain. And here we live in the end day, like unto the days of Noah, the end day. See, y'all ain't getting that. We're there, you guys. And we're just, to me, people are more ignorant today than they have ever been. But it is also said that this day will be worse than any other day that have ever existed on the face of the earth. And I, Sister Deborah, as a prophetess in the wilderness, salute the Most High Yah. I see it. Why is it you see it? Because I'm here for two routes. I'm here in the flesh. I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living one. I'm here in the flesh and I'm here in the spirit. So I salute the Most High Yah, for I see it that which it is, both ways. And you running around here seeing it in your flesh and calling it what it is without knowing what it was. So here in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 13, and now abide again to each and every last one of the blind, as well as to see, the one that can see. There's 5 brands that the Creator brand in the individuals who's born of the Spirit. He brand your spirit with righteous belief, faith, fear, or hope. Your spirit is branded that, not your flesh. Is it branded all 5? Some can have all 5. Some can have 1. Some can have 2. It's the way he has measured it in you. So it's not something on your flesh. It's on your spirit. Did he brand you? So when the prophet, when I see 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 13, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13, I see where it says, and now abide. Abide means dwell. Live in this, y'all. Dwell in it. Dwell in what? Faith, hope. There go two of them. And charity. Why did the Roman Catholic put charity in? And then hijack the word charity as to be their logo around the world? Let me tell you why. Charity means to aid the needy and the poor, to be able to assist the less fortunate. That sound like to you something that should be detached to faith and hope? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It has no way do charity need to be next to faith and hope. This faith and hope that he said dwell and you abide in, mean it has to dwell in you. That means it's not on the outside of you, it's in your spirit. So why is charity on the outside of you, dwelling therein? They added charity to the stupid so that the stupid can remain stupid. The word ignorant is too of an escape go way. Stupid would be what I would call it. So what happened is, it says these 3, and it says these 3. Y'all pull the brand of fact. I see the spiritual brand, faith and hope. Charity is not one of the spiritual brands, you guys. Roman Catholic placed it there to make you out of a fool, which they successfully did. 100%. Then it says, these three, faith, hope, and charity, but the greatest of these is charity. That's Roman Catholic. Place that in there. The Roman Catholic place charity in there. It don't belong, you guys. It does not belong. It was placed in there by the flesh of darkness. Charity don't stand side by side with faith, hope. It's missing the main two power punches. How did charity override truth? How did it? How did charity override truth? You have set in lies and have placed the lies. And this is the mindset of people today that's matching the world. You know how it says the world loves its own? Guess what? The people who pretend to sit in light, they love the darkness. That's their own. Because they have participated in all the things that the Roman Catholics and the Jesuits had done when they went and rewrote a book, smeared it, added, and took away what they desired and led you to believe it the way they rewrote it. And here it is, a sister like me, a prophetess in the wilderness, go before the throne of the Most High Yah for so long, Father, so long. You have allowed all these thousands of years for man to see clear, and they still, even to the end, never seen right. Why? Because they were blinded by Rome. And that's what 99.9% of people sitting in right here today. They are blinded by Rome, calling Rome right, as they call evil good, as they call dark light, as they call bitter sweet. They still today sit amongst darkness, calling it light. Now, right here, charity means to give and to provide for aid for the needy and the poor. The Roman Catholic knew that. So they placed that there instead of the word. Who knows what word should have been there? Who knows what word should have been there in that spot? Anybody? If you see, that's what I'm saying. People quick to dip in. That's why I give them that charge. Dip out. Because you're really not in. You're really out. They took charity, claimed it as their logo. So, Sister Deborah, what should have been there? You should have that answer. But I bet you couldn't get not one person, not one, as like a number one, to say what could have been, what should have been, what was the answer to the word that should have been along with faith and hope that caused the Roman Catholic, the Europeans, to go and remove such a power punch. And I sit back, I said, but Father, you allowed them to move power punch. Yes, he did. Somewhere along the line, y'all don't know how important it is that you understand. He gave y'all some grace and mercy up in here, up in here, up in here. He gave y'all a lot of grace and mercy. Because many of you all wasn't entitled to nothing. Because you all continue to live that lie. And he's going to allow you to live it. The lies of charity. Even being in this book. This, what I'm about to reveal, can chop any and everybody out. With their religion, their denomination, their belief, their interpretation, their faith in what they believe, what they trust. Everything in you can be torn out of you through this one verse. Because this is why people don't know. They have no idea what should have been in place of what the Roman Catholic put there. Just like the word love. Just like G-O-D, as they call God. You turn it backwards, it means dog. What about love? L-O-V-E, you turn it backwards, it means evil. Well, this one here, they didn't have to turn it backwards. They just added it because you believes the lies. I just got word that there's a illness that's going around where people are having this thing where they're having this some sort of virus or whatever it is, and they're having diarrhea. And so people, all they have to do is mess in your water. They put them parasites in your water, in your bottled water, in your faucet. Most likely, they're probably putting it in the bottled water. They can do whatever they want to do because y'all is allowing them. Y'all decided that you wanted to love on the world, love on them. Look what the world doing for you. Ain't they loving you? They loving, showing you real good how they love you. Love them back. Love them back because they loving you. They giving you everything to tear you inside out and outside in. So love on them back. And it's the same thing right here. They added words and they took away. They smeared. And you won't get one scholar. You won't get one education. What is it? Not just a scholar. Bible. What they call them? None of them who studied the Bible could see straight through it. You see how the power of the right hand of the Father still allowed the blind to be blind? Only he that has him in them can bypass these things. When a lot of you all to stand your tails around and think you know everything and you got everything nailed and you don't know nothing. You in their group with the world. So here I saw it and I said, Father, they shouldn't have been able to get away with that one. He said, Deborah, what about love? What about soul? And many others. I said, but Father, you didn't bust a move on them. Nope. So I'm telling y'all playing a dangerous game when you think that the Father is not allowing you to walk in your darkness. He's allowing you to love the world and letting the world love you. While you thinking you holier than thou. You thinking you in there. You thinking you flagging your ticket to the kingdom. He's allowing you to run up in that living, that lifestyle of living the way the world lives in you. Because the world is living in you, whether you know it or not. And you living out the world. So y'all are the same kind. Okay, so here it says, but verse 13, but the greatest of these is charity. He told you, they just told you all the biggest, one of the biggest lie on the face of the earth. That out of faith and hope is charity. Out of the three is charity. That's what the Roman Catholic call their organization. And then they said, but the greatest of these is charity. You see that? That's one of the biggest lies that ever hit the face of the earth. And the world loves it. Okay? The word in Hebrew is Zadok. 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 Zadok in Hebrew. Okay? That word is what should have been placed there in Hebrew. That's what it is. But Zadok means Zadok means righteous. So they trade over charity and took away righteous. Now, I speak to those who normally follow Sister Deborah. How many times did I tell you there's 5 brands? The number one is what? Righteous. How were they able to gain that power to remove righteous for charity? How? How were they able to get away with it? That is a heavy level of darkness. For them to have removed righteous for charity, just to deceive you. Did they do a good job? What they call hell of a one, they done. How were they able to get away with that? It's because the spirits of the flesh of men and women who have allowed them to get away with everything. And I say unto them, the individuals who have followed me and have heard the 5 brands. See, they knew that there was 5 brands. You can see where they used it. And the word abide means dwell. So what did I tell you? Yah branded your spirit with righteous belief, faith, fear, and hope. They took out faith and hope and stole Yah. Yah is 100 times infinity righteous. And they stole righteous and put charity. And y'all walking around this earth thinking you know something. Something as simple as that. If you can go back even to my old page, you can hear me speak on that so many times. And the reason why I'm bringing it forth again is because the Holy Spirit brought it forth in me, and I'm bringing it out again. Not because it's going to make you straight. Because if you're in the written as crooked, you're going to remain crooked. A lot of things I would say you would never get. Many are following me over and over and over and still don't get it. You see? Because their heart is not right. Earlier, I taught about the branch. Now I don't feel bad about individual who's following Sister Deborah, because he said that they're going to be following him with no fruit. But he's going to take the branches out, pull the branches out, and send them to the lake of fire. So that's about right. I told y'all, you can kind of, somebody like me can kind of feel that there's darkness following you. You can feel it following you because it does not support you. It doesn't support you in any shape, form, or fashion, none whatsoever. But it supports the world. It is addicted to supporting the world and the ways of the world and everything the world tell them they have to do. But they decide, hey, I'm not going to support nothing. And I'm going to eat at that restaurant every time she on here. Yeah, I'm going to eat it up. Those are those that earlier was the branch that he said. They have no fruit, even though they're there, Deborah. Don't worry about it. I myself said that they will be there on the branch, Just like that servant that had that one talent. He did nothing with it. People are out here on this earth doing nothing with nothing and calling themselves something in the Most High Yah. Praise the Most High Yah. You see, they're eating, drinking, and walking away from the table every chance they get, thinking that they're getting a full meal deal and that it's a form of entitlement. Darkness is always feeling it's entitled. It always has the spirit of entitlement. And that's a very dark and evil spirit, because it tells it's not an entitlement to what is on the earth. It feels it's entitled to, first and foremost, the way that they are to the Father is the way that they are on the earth, even to Sister Deborah. It's a spirit of entitlement. But they won't charge it toward the world. They can't go out in the world and tell the world, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to this, I'm in this, I'm a that, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled. They won't tell it to the world. But they bring their tears to this page and really believe in their wicked heart that they're entitled to be in the presence. So that early message even match you. Because it identified, no matter if you own that branch, you're going to be taken out. Because the branch has to be connected by the Spirit of Yah. And your spirit has to be connected to the Yah. And there's no way your spirit connected to the Yah in no shape, form, or fashion. Serving the world and hating his servant. But yet sit at the serving table every chance you get. Leave and come back, leave and come back. It don't matter. That's why I open the door. When you come in here, the same way you come in, back on out. Because this page is not for you. I'm not ashamed, not embarrassed. I feel good about that. Because I know where I stand in him and where he stands in me. And we are one in this thing, in the realm of the spirit. And the message that I bring forth to you is spirit and truth. This message that I just said before y'all, do you know the whole world should have heard it? It should have heard it. Now, what would it do? The whole world still serves Satan. Let me stop saying Satan. They'll still serve the darkness and make everything in the world right, and turn around and make Sister Deborah the wrong. I have learned that is a good thing, because he said they first had to hate me before they hate you. See how the level of hate can be revealed in you? Okay, that's how deep it is. He said you got to hate me before they can hate you. I like that. So Father was saying they got to route me. So here the Roman Catholic put and added charity and made charity the number one. Y'all want me to let you know, don't you be no fool like the fools. Don't be no fool like the fools. Charity has no place near faith, hope, righteous belief, and fear. Charity has no business standing side by side with you, because those are the spiritual gift from the kingdom, and righteous is the number one. So they took out righteous and added in charity, and you all settle for it. Many people will give to United Way, Catholic Charity, and all over the world. They don't understand you're serving the world, and the world is serving you. And what is the world serving you? Deception, lies, evil, bitter, darkness. So help yourself to a full meal deal, Put everything you can on your plate. Full it up. Full it up. So then I go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 1. Father, you know how I'm feeling about this. Help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. He got to help me from the inside because this is deep for me. This is deep. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 1. Follow after charity. Something flesh of a man of darkness who rule in the four corners. The elites. The Roman Catholic as the head. Put charity there instead of putting righteous. The main brand for the Spirit is righteous. And they said to you, not to Sister Deborah, to you. And this did make, and you know why I said this makes a lot of sense. Because like he said, they will give to the world, but they will not invest in anything spirit and truth. So it matches up. So this is why people need to just stay in the lane in which they have been assigned to and stop portraying that you're in one lane and you know you're not. See how the hypocrite role play can be? Because people really believe if I can portray by giving as if I'm in the right lane. You see how that same spirit, I taught that several times. And I tell y'all that over and over. I feel good about that, Father. I feel good about that. I taught that over and over about how people think when they give, they can use it as a battleground for them. Their giving has been given for the wrong reason. And this is the same thing the Roman Catholic did. See, they given out of not righteous. That's why they have to constantly feel they have to go before Yah and question everything they give. Because they're not giving it from the right inner man. They're giving it from the outer man. Because the outer man tells them this is the way you do it to make it look like you represent an inner man. Is that you give to represent the inner man. And there's inner man not there because if you have to keep going to the how would I say, the altar. See, y'all don't want us going to the altar when he tells us to do something, to give something, to do this and to do this, because the altar is already in you, leading you from the inside to the out. But you got those who are detached in that flesh realm, and they play that game of going before the altar before they give something because their heart is not right truly about what they're giving. So they got to keep reminding their flesh that I'm doing right if I keep going to the altar. If I keep going to the altar, I'm right. You see what I'm saying? Because that makes their flesh feel that I'm going to conduct a conversation with the Most High. You don't have to go. The Most High is in you. He speaks to you from the inside. You don't have to question him about giving. When you go to buy a car, you don't ask him, should I buy this car? Because he'll tell you no. You don't ask him, can I buy this house? He'll tell you no. You don't ask him, can I do this and can I do this? He'll tell you no. Those are the things of the world. But when you want to give a donation, you want to go to the altar. The trap of the serpent in the grass would deceive you at the highest level possible if they could. Now, see, don't that make sense? You go out and you spend goo-gaws of money. You ain't running to the altar to see if I should spend this like this. Should I get this? If I want to buy this, should I do this? Should I go to the altar? They ain't gonna go to the altar on that. But when it's time to give to the servant of the spiritual Yah, you got to run to the altar to get the okay. People that have to run to the altar to get the okay to do what is supposed to be greater in them is not of Yah. They are their own self, flesh, and their spirit is misleading them and misguiding them. Because the spirit of the Most High is quickened. Okay? It is quickened. When he say do, you just do. It ain't no second guess to the flesh. It's a second of the spirit to be obedient. That's how the Father runs. But when we go out and spend all this money, we don't check with Yah. But when it's time to give an offering or a donation to the servant of the Most High Yah, everybody needs to go to the altar now. You got to check with Yah. But you didn't check when you bought them shoes. You didn't check when you went to spend $100 at that restaurant, when you went and bought all this and bought all that and bought all this and bought all that. You're fighting a losing battle. Because if he said that you have to abide in me and I'm in you, what are you checking with him on? Because everybody wants to be validated in their flesh. Their own flesh and their spirit wants to be validated because that's really what controls them. They are not people who are born of the spirit. They are not people who walk in the spirit. But their flesh has deceived and manipulated them that they are holier than thou. They are the keys to the kingdom. They are this and there and that. And then he just gave me the message earlier today in the Gospel of John, chapter 15. Tell him, Deborah, go on in faith that you're my servant. Understand what a talent, the one that had the one, where did he end up? Understand in the Gospel of John, chapter 15, the whole chapter, where did they end up? Do you think that you would check that out and read it? No, you wouldn't. Because you don't want no spiritual contact with your right and your wrong. You want your right to be wrong and your wrong to be right. That means you're a high level of walking in the flesh and you serve the world. Because you don't have to go to Yah to ask him to buy nothing else but to give based on what you have alone. The spirit don't need you to come to the altar to do what is what? Righteousness. See, you're doing that part that Roman Catholics do, charity, help, need. That's the part that's in your flesh. You thinking you playing that role. But you are playing that role because you walk in the flesh. That's who you're led by. You're not led by the spirit. The spirit is quick. When it says something, you just do it. You don't have to keep checking with him. I told you, people use him like a mop. They mop him here, they mop him there, so they think he ain't a mop. But in their mental state, in for real mental state, they think they can mop him any way they want to make their ways the way that they desire and the way that they feel things should go. And they go in that direction. For sure. So here in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 1, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. That's all messed up. I wouldn't even take that at true value, what they just said. Follow after charity, because that's what the Roman Catholic does. But the word that should have been there, follow after righteous. That's the number one seal of the Most High Yah. You see how y'all been walking in your own way, in your own flesh. I like this. I like how the Father is on this little vacation I'm having. I'm getting a kick out of all this information he letting me bring forth again. It is a blessing. Something is about to take place or something, because he's letting me pour out hardcore word that was back in the days. I remember teaching this same lesson before. I remember this years ago. Charity. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 1, follow after charity. No, the Roman Catholic put that there. Follow after righteousness and desire spiritual gift, but rather that ye may prophesy. Prophesy would never override righteousness. So I don't know why they got charity there. Charity ain't nothing. It's supposed to be righteousness. See how they mess y'all up? That's why your heart is so hardened. And you're so wicked, so down deep in you. It's so wicked. It's rooted in you. It's in your spirit. A lot of you all don't understand. You can't even get it out. Y'all letting it rest in you. Letting you thinking you grafted in. Letting you thinking you are the branch. And he just told us in John, the Gospel of John, chapter 15, read it. I don't care if you're in the branch. I'm going to pull your tail out of the branch and send your tail to the lake of fire. Hello. So play your game. Hypocrites. Play your game. Get your circus tickets and play your game. Okay? So then I go to 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 14. I'm showing you how the Roman Catholic wore out righteous. Took it, stripped it out, and add themselves in. And you all walk in it, talk in it, act in it, and portray that same charity as the Roman Catholic does today. How? They doing killing, murdering, eating flesh, drinking blood, sacrificing, killing, destroying countries, doing everything on the four corners as the power punch. And call themselves the ones that gives to the less fortunate. And many of you all spirit is like that. You really believe that your form of giving is holy. Your giving is not holy. You just like these Roman Catholics who took righteous, and that's what you don't have. You don't have righteousness. You have this sick charity in which they have formed, like they have formed everything in you all to believe the lie. And y'all sat back and didn't bust a move. He left you right where you at. Sitting in the lie, eating in the lie, thinking in the lie, teaching in the lie, preaching in the lie, living in the lie, waking up in the lie. The lie gonna meet you in the lake of fire. So here in 1 Corinthians 16 and verse 14, all in Corinthians, he wrote this out. They crooked tails, put this in here. 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 14, and it reads, let all things be done with charity. Oh, Father God, this just don't make no sense. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 14. Let all your things be done with charity. They add charity and they took away righteousness. Because it's impossible for your heart to give if your heart is not righteous. Praise the Most High. Yeah. That's a good one, Father. That's a good one, Father. How can you give anybody, do for the poor and the less fortunate, or give if righteousness does not rest in your heart to give? See, it's telling you to give out of your flesh. But if you wanted to tell somebody to give out of your flesh, put it in a place where in your homemade books and so on, and your history is so on. But don't go trying to redo a book and take things out of the scroll and try to redo the book and then put charity to override righteousness. How stupid can y'all continue to live? To think that charity can outride righteous. They wouldn't put charity in there. And that's why so many people today think when they give, they're doing something. You're not doing the work of Yah. You're doing the work of the world. Because without righteousness in your heart, it don't give a rat's behind what you give. Hello. That's why you can't run to the altar every time you want to give, thinking you got to make sure y'all know you giving something. Y'all don't need to know you giving if righteous is already in you. If righteous is already in you, then y'all don't need to know that you giving. So why are you running to the Father every time you give? Because it's a flesh thing. The Roman Catholic put charity, and that's how you are. You take it as given as a worldly, fleshly thing. It boasts, it gives your ego, it sets your self-centered, your self-motivated spirit up to be a fool. It's no way you can take charity and let it override righteous. You have to have righteous to do what's just and righteous to give, people. And if you don't have righteous, you can't give. Righteous has to be the first thing in you to give you the heart to give. You can't, it says, let all your things be done with charity. No, under righteousness. Charity is what the Roman Catholic put there and then stole the logo, hijacked the logo charity and put on there Catholic charity. They even got Catholic Commission of Charity as well. They make sure they put that charity, and they're the only organization that has stolen the word charity. Did y'all know that? The only religion is the Roman Catholic that has stolen the word charity. That's why it was so easy for them to put it in here, to make you think that they represent Yah in their giving. Many of you all out there are like that. And you do not understand the protocol Yah gonna let you fall under. Because Yah will allow you to come across this page. He'll allow you to sit here week after week, day after day, month after month, year after year. And guess what? Let you get all the food that you think you're getting. And none of it is hitting your spirit. None of it is for your spirit. That's why you can't give offerings. That's why you can't support. It's because you're not getting it through the righteous way. You're getting it through your flesh, stealing, robbing. That's what it meant in Malachi. How have we robbed thee? Oh, shut it down, Deborah. I shut it down, Father. Oh, yeah. Don't let me go up in there and break that thing down in spirit and in truth. So y'all ain't doing nothing. You can't hurt Sister Deborah. You can't hurt nobody. And just because I said offering and support, don't mean that I'm going to die because you don't. Don't mean I'm going to live if you do. Just trying to show you when that time where we're in, not time, this day, the same thing that Yah is going to allow you to get away with now, you're going to be asking him to help you later, and he won't come. Let me go and nail that in the wall. Don't look for his help, because he's going to remind you of me. Every time y'all tears get to your knees and you get out here wanting to call on the Most High Yah, he's going to remind you how he set his servant before you. Now, what Sister Deborah just did, it probably went over your head, but guess what? You'll be okay. He's going to let you remember it. So when them days come and you thought you were smarter than smart because you in this world and you of this world, portraying to be in the light, he's going to let you pull up thinking you asking him to bless you, to do for you, to give you, to help you. He's going to reveal me right before your very eyes. Praise the Most High Yah. Praise the Most High Yah. I lock that in, Father. because God gave that to me. That was not even a part of my message, but he wants you to see who you are in him. So here in 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 14, let all things be done with charity. Charity shouldn't have never been there. It should have been righteous. Because did you know, if you're the right light with Yah and you are his children, you are the righteous ones. You know how to give. You know the way to give. You know how much to give. So this charity is for the Roman Catholic and you, who give to any and everything and calling it give it. Okay, so let's go to, oh, this is a good one. 1 Peter. Let's go to 1 Peter. I remember reading this. 1 Peter chapter 4. In 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 8. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 8. And above all things, have fervent charity. Fervent. All right, I ain't got my thing. Let me see if I can get that right quick. I want to see myself what that is. Fervent. Okay. I want to get that myself so I can break that down to where it can't be broke down no more. Watch this. I like it already, Father. I can feel it in my spirit. Let's pull it up. Oh, my Yah. Fervent. No, I don't want it Greek. I want it Hebrew. Oh, here it is. Let's see what it means. Fervent. Wee. Watch this here, y'all. Watch this. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 8. Above all things. Woo! Woo! I like that. You know why? What did I tell you? The 5 brands that Yah brands his spiritual seed. The first one was what? Righteous. It is above what? All the other brands. So listen to this. Above all things, have burning righteousness among yourself. For the righteous shall cover a multitude of sin. Praise. Sit down, clowns. So you thought you knew something. Y'all are only out here to deceive the world. Y'all ain't on here to deceive nobody that's spirit and truth in the light. Those that you all be deceiving around friends, co-workers, neighborhoods, community, family, you're only deceiving yourself and the world. You're not deceiving those things which are spiritual. And what you did not know, the reason why perilous time and tribulation and heart of man's going to fail, it's going to identify who you really were all that time. It's going to bring out who you always be. You all going to run to and fro seeking Yah and ain't going to find him. When you thought you were in there, you was always out there. That's why I said don't come to this page, because it's going to be a reminder to you. I tried to teach everybody, don't come to this page, because if you do, it's going to be a reminder to you. Every word that I speak unto thee, it's going to be there to remind you running and you wanting the Most High to listen to you, to hear you. You ain't going to get it. So That perilous times, tribulation. Oh, yes. Hold up. It's coming. It ain't that it's coming, it's here. Wait till you get in the center of it. And then you'll understand what this sister was saying all that time. Now, here it says in First Peter, okay, in First Peter chapter 4, verse 8, above all things, have fervent, let me get my word back here. Fervent means burning, chasing, kindle, hot pursuit, righteousness. You're supposed to be burning in righteousness among yourselves, for righteous shall cover the multitude of sins. Now, I want to say this here to you all out there who have followed Sister Deborah. I'm going to show you right here that every word I have spoken, it's going to bypass and come across you again. But the Yah is going to wait until you're in that situation where you did not hear what his servant was saying from him. You felt the need to be an enemy than a friend. You felt the need to be hateful. You felt the need to be about your flesh. When that time comes, I'm the sister that's going to cross your mental state. You'll see me again. When you in that deep fire, and I'm not talking about the hell, because I don't have a hell in a heaven to put you in, but that tribulation, which is fire in itself. You're going to remember the same words I'm about to shoot into you right this moment. As I look at verse 18, the Father showed me a power puncher. And let me show it to you. And this is for everyone that has followed me and have not did anything outside of stab sister in her back after following her. Months after months, years after years. And then later stabbed her in her back. Walked away, keep coming back in, dipping in and out. When that center of perilous times and tribulation hit you, you're going to remember the word which I have spoken. And it will not come to you kind. So here it is. Verse 8. Watch this anointed right here. Watch the anointed that Yah put in here in the words in which I'm going to show you that every word that comes out of my mouth is at this moment right here is revealing something to you about this word charity. I'm telling you, the world built this one, and the world was the Roman Catholics. If they built charity in here the way Sister Deborah finna break it down, that means that same thing that I've taught you all over and over, that these are words. Yah is the word. Earlier today, I taught about the branches. The fruit of the branches is truth, righteousness. These are the things that falls under the category of the fruit. And if you are not breaking these things down and teaching these things in the order of the spirit in which they came out of, then you have no fruit. Now watch what he says here. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 8. And above all things, have burning, and what else was it? Burning and chasing, kindled, pursuing, hotly, burning what? The Roman Catholic put charity. Now, what sense does that make? Have a burning to give charity. Charity to them is providing aid to the needy and the poor, and represent as something or someone who gives to the need of others. See, that's the protocol of Yah. See how the Roman Catholics then took it all? They hijacked everything that represents the Father from Genesis to Revelation, and y'all sit y'all tails up thinking you know something and don't know nothing. Now, right here is actually letting you know that the Roman Catholic did this and put this word in here incorrect. So how are you going to burn in charity? You don't even want to give to the righteous of the Most High Yah, but you're going to give. He's showing you the sickness of you all. You can go to a restaurant, spend $100, and then turn and come back to this page and tell Yah, I ain't giving her nothing. I rule this. You don't tell me what to do. I don't have to do nothing. See the power in your flesh? Know that that's going to be vice versa when that time comes. Because he gonna let you sit at the table, eat all you want. You might even die sitting at the table, glutton and fooling your face with word that ain't hitting your spirit. Because the spirit of Yah not in you. That's why you can't give. You're stuck on this here stupid, what the Roman Catholic put in here. So how is it fervent? That means burning, hot heat, charity. That don't even make sense. Fervent righteousness. Burning to do righteous among yourselves. You should want to do what is righteous. But it ain't in you, is it? Because it never was placed in you before the foundation of the world. That's why he said yesterday in the message, you already know, Deborah. They already know. They know who they serve. So it shouldn't even be a message saying to nobody in the world today, choose this day in whom you shall serve. They already know, baby. They're serving it. Flesh. They even walking straight in with their eyes wide open to the broad gate. Happy as go lucky. Now listen to what it says. For charity shall cover a multitude of sin. That's what the Father wants me to reveal. How can giving cover sin? Thank you, Father Yah. Thank you, Father Yah. Thank you, Father Yah. Tell me, how can giving cover a multitude of sin? How can giving as Catholic charity cover a multitude of sin? Knock, and it shall be given. Who is he telling you to knock on door? Him, the Most High Yah. Seek, and you shall find. Who are we needing to seek? The Most High Yah. Ask, and it shall be what? Given. Who is we asking? The Most High Yah. So what gives the Roman Catholic to take charity, make it their logo, their lifestyle in the world, bring it back to your stupidity, teach it and preach it to you, and you sit your tail down with the same spirit they had to build up this word charity, thinking that you all that and some. And it's telling you, for charity shall cover a multitude of sin. We can't give and carry. We can't give in to the needy and the poor and the less fortunate. Cover a multitude of sin. When somebody tell me. You can't tell me nothing, because you can't tell yourself anything. Because no righteous rest in you. So how can the charity shall cover a multitude of sin? Every so-called wannabe something in Yah should have been able to appreciate and catch it. And Yah said, you, Deborah, you're coming down to bring light out of darkness. You just brought my righteousness out of darkness that has been in darkness for a mighty long time. And Father, Yah, I give you glory and I give you honor. I give you praise, Father, because all praise and glory is given unto thee. Only your righteous can cover a multitude of sin. Only righteousness can stand in head of faith, hope, fear, belief, and faith. Only your righteousness. Only your righteousness, Father. And they telling you charity shall cover the multitude of sin. Then they turned around and told you to put that as the highest total pole when it come down to worshiping Yah, charity. And Yah said, it has always been righteous. And it always been the devil. It's just the people. There's no righteousness in them. That's why they can't connect it. There's no righteousness in it. Right here, it lets you know that the Roman Catholic put this in here. Because charity cannot cover the multitude of sin. When you look up charity, it's providing aid to the needy and the less fortunate and those that are in need. I can't go out here and give charity to anyone. I cannot go give this and this gonna cover the sin. Let me bag that thing up and land that bad boy down. Even giving to Sister Deborah won't cover your sin. Woo! Tell them again, Deborah. Even giving offerings and donations will not cover your sin. Only my Father's righteous covers the multitude of sin. Y'all tails are running around here clowning and acting a fool with this world with no righteousness in you, no belief in you, no faith in you, no hope in you, no fear of Yah in you, but foolishness. And you think you got your ticket to the kingdom. They done mess y'all up. Even to go into Mount Zion, they done mess y'all up from the floor up. Your way is nowhere clear because you're lost in a multitude of lies and you feel good about it. So many of you all are walking through the broad gate and you're happy about it. You didn't never give a rat's behind that there was two gates, one narrow and one broad. You just said, I'm going where everybody else go because I'm going to stand my ground. You got a ground to stand, baby, but guess what? It don't mean a rat's behind to nobody but you. Stand that ground when you have to stand before judgment. How about that? Stand that ground. Stand that ground. How about that? Colossians, my last verse. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 14. Father, I'm grateful. I'm thankful for your grace and your mercy on this topic. Ooh, I thank you for your grace and your mercy on this topic because this is some sort of information to put in my spiritual backpack. I'm going to take it and put it in there and zip it up tight. Colossians chapter 3, verse 14. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 14. Above all things, put on charity. I'm there. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And since I've been here in Florida, I've been paying attention to what Yah is revealing to me. And it's almost like it's a word of capping things, putting them in a place where it's capped. And once it's capped, that's just it. That's the way I'm feeling. A word that to just cap something. And it's like almost as you leave, it's capped. That feels good. At the same time, you can see on down where the darkness, the sadness. He does everything for a reason. And I'm grateful for him just being that type of creator that he is. And that he don't need me and he don't need you to orchestrate nothing. He done it already. It's finished before the foundation of the world. So let's go to Colossians chapter 3 and verse 14. Above all these things, look at what he's saying, above all these things. Put on charity. Come on. Cut into him, Deborah. Cut into him. Go right ahead. I give you the right to cut straight into him. Above all these things. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all something. Show you all about how all of y'all keep following the ways of darkness and you thinking you're doing something. You have put yourself under so much spiritual holiness to where you can't see you in the holiness of darkness. Oh yes, there's a holiness in darkness, y'all. Oh yes, just like it is in the flesh. Now watch this here. Watch what he's about to do. And as I'm talking to you all, the spirit of the Ruach HaKodesh is talking to me. And he's landing me right into this. He's going to show you all how, again, the Roman Catholic put that word there. And you have abided by it because, not because you react to the way that what it says, but because what it is in you. That's the sort of mindset y'all have in you all. That's not the spiritual concept of giving. That's the flesh concept of the word that was put in there. That's what you all are abiding by. Because it's in you. It's in your spirit. Okay? So listen to this. In Colossians chapter 3 and verse 15, above all things, all these things, put on charity. Put it on. Now, watch this. Let me give you what the Spirit is giving me right now. Oh, hold up. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Wait a minute. Oh, right here. Right here. Right here. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. You see that? Right here in Colossians verses 3 and verse 14. Watch how I hang every last one of y'all in this on this platform. Yes, you got your ears open, but your spirit is of your flesh. Okay? But I'm finna hang each and every last one of you to show you how far from what is real spiritual holiness that you are far from. Why you thinking you can rule and you can teach this thing, you can preach this thing, you can minister this thing. This is why nobody listen to y'all. Because you're not coming from the realm of the spirit of Yah. You're coming from the realm of your flesh. Now, in Colossians chapter 3, verse 14, and above all things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfection. Put it on. Now, how are you going to put on giving to the needy, the hungry, and the less fortunate? See how the Roman Catholics shot y'all all kind of places in your mental state? How can you put on charity? They put that word there to represent them, being the ultimate giver and the one that gives everybody. all over the world. Everybody know that Roman Catholics is Roman and a Catholic charity. Everybody in the whole world knows that. You said charity, they'll say Roman Catholic charity. Everybody know that. I know it because I work for them. It's their logo. They put that there to cover their logo. And you all walked in it, talked in it, preached in it, and stupid in it right today. Now, here it go. It says in verse 14, above all things. Woo! How is that going to be over righteous? Put on. You notice the word put on in my book, in my study guide, is slanted. So it's the Spirit of Yah is showing me the word put on, Deborah. They telling these ignorant people to put on charity, which is their Roman Catholic logo, which is the bond of perfectionists. Watch this here. Now, let me hit you in the gut. I get over here to Ephesians chapter 6. And it's tell us about the whole armor of Yah. Woo! Wait a minute. We finna put that armor on, Deborah? Yeah. I'm finna show you how it's done. You want to put that on, charity? You take your tail on and put it on. Because you flesh. You're going to do it anyway, your way. And y'all don't have no problem, and I don't either. Because y'all orchestrated that from the kingdom. You didn't come down to the earth to rule nothing. I know you think you do. And you did. People think this is my life. Nobody tell me what to do. I got one life to live. Nobody tell me what to do. I can do whatever I want to win. I want to how on that. You sure can. Because you're leading to a broad gate. That only way that you have been predestined. So long. Okay. So when you get here in Ephesians chapter 6, and then you come to verse 14. We in Ephesians chapter 6. Where it talks about the whole armor of Yah. We know that that's an armor we are to put on. But it's not that we put it on, but the Spirit of Yah has it on us already. Okay? So he says here, the whole armor of Yah in Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 14. Never, ever would you get the whole armor to be charity. It's not found as part of the armor. See how weak people are? They had no idea. So putting on the whole armor has nothing to do with charity. So why in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 14 says, above all things, put on charity. We get to Ephesians chapter 6, and charity is nowhere to be found as part of the whole armor of Yah. Now, you go to verse 14. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 14. Stand therefore, having your loins girded above with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Having it on. Having what on? The breastplate of righteousness. So who in the rest behind told you that charity was something to put on? And it's above, as it says in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 14, above all things, put on charity. For this, which is the bond of perfectionists. I sit back and I think about the grace and mercy of the Most High Yah. How he poured out that grace and mercy. I get it, Father Yah. It was needed. Just so you can get the end and the beginning closed out according to thy will, for thy name's sake. For thy will, Father, and thy name's sake, Did you pour out grace and mercy so you can start from the beginning and land that bad boy at the end and close everything out? You had to pour out grace and mercy. Because as I sit right here today with the grace and mercy that you have poured out on all mankind, no matter what nationality, no matter what nation, no matter what gender, as far as male and female, no matter what age, as far as young and old, you have poured out all of that grace and mercy just for thy name's sake and of thy will to be done from the beginning to the end, as you are the Alpha and Omega. The end is bringing the power of thunder. And you're going to close it out. But the only reason why grace and mercy came, so that your will can be done from one end to the other. Because when I look at it, y'all, as a servant of the Most High Yah in the wilderness, I can see nobody's entitled to that grace and mercy that my Most High Yah has poured out. This world does not and are not entitled to the grace and mercy that has been poured out. But because of his name's sake, and because he has a will, he allowed his grace and mercy to pour out on all mankind, just to get us from his beginning to his end. Because if it had not been for grace and mercy, I could see now one of your tails would be here, be worth a dime. And you're still not worth a dime. It's grace and mercy that's holding your dime tail up while you thinking you all that and some. So I, Sister Deborah, a prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. I'll be back again. Shalom and shalom.